Oh, that was a bit strange. There we land. Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge Nation, here today to give you the latest Chelsea transfer news that we will discuss, give some of our thoughts maybe, and just roll the punches. But, listen, before you come in, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. As always, helps me out. Help the channel at the end of the day, makes it bigger, better, and stronger, as they say. So please make sure to do so. I am almost at 3K. So listen, it's almost road to 3K here. So it'd be much appreciated, of course, if you could do that. That's pretty much the only PSA I've got right now. In terms of anything else I can remember, no, not that much. Other than that, let's actually get into some of the news. Obviously, I do have some of my fellow co-hosts to start with. But you know what? We might as well get start with some of the outgoings first, because I think that's a bit more easier to speak about. Because it's speak about some of the possible incomings that may or may not happen until you get until you get an Ornstein confirmation on this channel. We just say, let's just see what happens. That's the best motto I've come up with this channel. Let's see what happens. That's the best way to say it. But before we start that, let's actually bring on this big news first, which is obviously that Arsenal and Chelsea have been in talks over Noni Madueke. Chelsea on 50 million. Arsenal don't want to pay that price right now. So again, that is one of the bigger news that obviously we've spoken about before. Again, as I said before on this channel, this summer probably Madueke will leave the club, right? I think for me, as I said before, the club is maybe open to obviously selling Madueke. Obviously, it seems that Arsenal is that case. £50 million, you're bought him for 30, you sell him for 50, you're making a 20 million profit essentially on him. Again, if you look on the right wing itself, you've got Neto, you've got Esteval there. The alleged versatile person that you want on the wing can also maybe possibly be playing there as well. I don't see where Madueke sadly fits in the team. So that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not surprised by that. I am surprised, however, that obviously Arsenal is going in for him. Obviously, I know many people had thought that maybe it would be Newcastle, but I think from an Arsenal perspective, maybe they've gotten some indications. Maybe it might be from his camp, maybe from someone else, that maybe they think that he's willing to maybe play as a backup to oh my god, I forgot his name, Saka. So maybe that might be the case. But listen, let's bring on some of my fellow co-hosts. How are you doing, guys? Hope you're doing well.
You go, bro. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. But obviously, Arsenal haven't necessarily they've left the table right now, but they may come back for him obviously a little bit later. But again, I would assume this price will probably remain the same throughout the window again. I don't think the club is gonna budge from the 50 million price tag on Madueke.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would take something like some type of swap of some sort, like if like West Ham wanted them or if Villa wanted them, and we wanted to get one of their players, and I think that would be the only reason we would drop that price. But I think that's about the price that you. It's about the price I would sell them for. Maybe 10 million less, maybe 10, you know. But
Fair
outside
enough.
of that, about the price I would sell them for.
What are your thoughts on this, Scott? If you're there,
don't really care. Like, I'm happy for him to leave. It's kind of where I feel about it. Like, if he goes Arsenal, he goes Arsenal. Just get the most money as possible.
Yeah, if he goes to Arsenal, you can't let him get him for anything less than 50 though.
Yeah, like the way I feel with like all of these transfers is the same way I've always felt. Like, if you're going to sell him, cool. Just make sure the person you get him to replace him is better. But
I agree. Yep, fair enough. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't want to be having this conversation. I don't want to be having this conversation in a year's time about the guy we bought him in for his replacement isn't much better than him, which is what we had last time we tried to do this with a player.
Like, who did we do this with?
Chalobah.
But we didn't really replace Chalobah. We just bought a player because he was injured.
And we tried to then sell him.
We
to
tried
keep
to
that player in the squad.
Realistically, I mean, we're going to sell them both now. But
we are, but like I said, we got someone else in for literally no reason. So that's basically it. Like I said, just I don't want to be in this position 6 months.
This is who I would preferably switch him for.
Obviously, this is from Rahman Osman, I believe his name is Rahman Osman, probably how you say it. Mohamed Kudus has switched agents to Root Management in what could be the clearest indication yet that he could be on the move this summer. So that is obviously, so I don't know what that means. Is that meant to say, okay, he changed agents, so he's probably going to get sold? It's probably what they are trying to say.
I looked at this agency. There's not many team players. We don't have any players that are on in this agency.
I mean, not sure that many people want to be going to somewhere called Roof, but this is my opinion. What do you mean?
I just looked it up. I looked it up earlier. There wasn't.
Oh, fair enough.
Any players on that agency.
I'm trying to get through some of the smaller bits of news before we start getting into the bit of the meteor bit of news, is obviously. But this is actually another interesting one. Bayern have been scouting Malo Gusto, who could leave Chelsea this summer. No departures for Bayern yet, though, so it's not a priority as of right now.
So there's two players. There's one player specifically that you have to look at for this. What's his name? God damn it!
I know he's the other Frenchman, correct?
The other Frenchman.
Sacha Bowie, yeah.
Yeah, Bowie. And once they get rid of Bowie, and I'm pretty sure he's linked to go back to Bayern, then this is a position that they've actually been looking at upgrading in. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much of an upgraded it really is for him, but for 50 million, we'll take it. It's a 20 million profit on him. You know, I'm not even about to sweat it. I'll do this in a heartbeat.
I personally wouldn't, but I think for me, the way I would look at it is, does the club feel that Champong has can reach Gusto and even like basically outperform him, right? Or has a higher ceiling than him? That's the question you've got to ask yourself right now. So if they think,
my question is, do you spend this money on a proper center back? Like, do you sell all these pieces, right? Like the Chalobahs. Do you go get Piero Hincapie after this? Because if you get Piero, then I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
I get that and everything, but on this channel, I've said before, we don't do speculation anymore. You know what I mean? We just see what happens. You know what I mean? No need to speculate.
Bro. This is the whole point of the transfer window is to speculate.
I can't speculate at this point because I don't know how this club acts anymore. So it's
hard. You do know how this club acts, bro. You know exactly how this club acts.
Bro.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. So listen, we'll see what happens. That's all I'm gonna say. But listen, how much do you think?
So what are we supposed to talk about, Ahmed?
Just give us what's feelings.
That's
you know
nice news. Nice news. Move
exactly.
On.
There we go. Lovely.
What do you want me to? That's all you want.
No, I'm just asking.
We move on. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly, man. I also want to add, just how much do you think the fee is going to be for this, though? You know what I mean? That's a good question to ask, isn't it?
45.
That's
maybe
actually
40.
good. How much did you buy it for? Was it 20 million that we bought him for 25?
Less than that, I think. 15, 20 actually, maybe. I mean,
about 20.
Yeah, man. So essentially, yeah, something around about that. But I would personally, again, I feel like this season, this upcoming season, should be probably the season where you kind of give him the last
shit.
saloon.
Never mind. Apparently, it's 30 million euros plus bonuses.
Oh, fair enough. But essentially, yeah. But essentially, listen, yeah. Essentially, for me,
because that's in pounds, isn't it? Or is it in euros?
No, that was euros.
Euros. So that'll be probably like 25 or like 23 million pounds. Something around about that. But essentially, listen, with Gusto, I'll give him one more season. But I think for me, the way you use him is going to be, I think, going to be key from a manager perspective, right? You want to make sure he gets enough time off. You want to make sure he's in the right frame of mind before he comes to playing again and that sort of thing. But this is for me, innit? Obviously, I know some people would say, let's just sell him now. He's not good enough, etc., etc. Which I hear that opinion. I'm not going to disagree with that either. So it is what it is. But listen, at the end of the day, Madueke, it looks like hopefully this is just scored from the Bayern side. I'm not really had anything from the Chelsea side in regards to selling him at this point. So
and this guy is a fucking waffler, bro. He's just been talking a lot. These not this one, the fucking CFC Bayern, bro. He be just talking.
Yeah, of course. I know what you mean, bro. So thought I'd just obviously bring it up initially. But let's talk about this goalkeeping stuff as well, which was I thought this was very funny. This is obviously initially came from the Fabrizio Romano YouTube, which was that Chelsea in the last 24 to 48 hours have started thinking about goalkeeper again. They're mulling over different options and thinking what's the best thing to do, right? So he starts off obviously with that. He then obviously literally, I think that came out like 5 minutes ago, and then he posted a tweet literally 5 minutes later saying on GK, Chelsea are not planning to go back for Manyan this window. You know
hey, Ben Roberts, get the fuck out of my football club, bro.
So listen, I just
get out of my football club, bro.
I've said this before. I feel like with Fabrizio Romano, there's no point. Listen, unless you're getting a here we go from him, or like maybe a bid's gone in. There's no point of looking at him about Chelsea stuff, in my personal opinion, because it's too crazy. Right
bro,
now.
we've gotten 3 here we goes for fucking Zubermendi.
Yeah, so there's literally, as I said before, man. Unless I'm hearing it from Ornstein, I'm not moving that much. I'll be real with you. But actually, in regards to the goalkeeping news, a fun thing that I think will bring a lot of people here a little bit of joy, particularly you, Scott. James Trafford and Newcastle are obviously negotiations are still ongoing there. They're planning to get it done apparently, hopefully by next week. So the first week of July.
I heard it's really close.
Yeah, really close. So I know you're over the moon with that, Scott.
Genuinely don't care.
Oh, fair enough. Wow.
Genuinely don't give a shit. Like, just don't. Like, if he comes, it's funny as fuck, and I'm just not watching. If he doesn't come, then we're in the same position we're in currently. Like, it's a lose-lose, bro. It's literally a lose-lose either way.
Fair enough.
I don't think he's as bad as Sanchez, but
no, he's not. But like, the fact we went from Manyan to Trafford, and it's just because the Man City thing is like, cool.
Big up to my brother RSM.
Bro, we're not getting Trafford, man. Give it up, man.
No, I'm giving positive news. I'm saying that it's not happening. It seems so.
No, it's not happening. I always said it was not. I always said it wasn't gonna happen, bro. Like, we're definitely in for keepers. We're just not gonna go all in on Trafford.
Fair enough.
If we were to go all in on Trafford, that's basically admitting Penders ain't shit. Respectfully.
One guy I want to talk about is obviously Mr. Number 11 himself, aka Nicholas Jackson, and obviously
he's not number 11.
He's not number 11.
He's 11, isn't he? He's number. Madueke is 11.
Isn't that Madueke?
Sorry,
yeah, Madueke is 11. He's 15, bro.
I don't know why did I think he was 11. My apologies.
This guy, man.
What can I say at this moment? As of June 21st, Chelsea is asking a high price for Jackson because I am told he has interest from the Premier League. We are talking about 47 million to 51 million pounds. A possible departure for Jackson. Yes, it's possible, but in Italy, it would only happen if Chelsea changed their price. because, as we know, Italy is a broke league. That's the best way to put it. But
Villa, get your money up for fuck's sake, bro. Just get your goddamn money up, Villa. We know it's you. Just get your money up and pay for your man. Just stop fucking around. We know it's you. We don't need to hear
come pick him up,
Premier
bro.
League club interested. We know it's you, Villa. Just pay for your mans. That's it. We know it's you. Make your 80 million that you need to make for PSR before January or June or July 1st, and get your mans.
But one thing I wanted to add that I thought was a very good point that obviously that wasn't added into this one was obviously Sky Carver said there was 3 Premier League clubs that are interested in him. Now, obviously, I know Aston Villa is one of them.
Manchester United, Villa, and who knows?
Yeah, I don't know who the other club is, but yeah, but essentially those 3. There's
fucking
some
Arsenal, maybe.
But
Maybe I can see that.
Maybe it is. But yeah, listen, Jackson's future. Obviously, I think it just depends on people putting bids to him, really, and then I think the club will react.
No, but basically, the club the club is done with him though. This is just what we need to realize though. The club is done. The Jackson experiment is over. We're moving on.
I think it's just a matter of time now.
Agreed.
Just
That's what I'm saying. He's done. He's done.
Jackson to be sold. I'm just being so honest to people at this point. Like, I don't know how much I have to fucking tell you. I've been telling you guys this for a fucking year. So I don't really have to sit here and tell you anymore. I've been telling you this for a year that this guy needs to be gone. Point blank,
bro.
Hey, Jeremy is speculating a 30 million plus Jackson gets your Rodgers. So thank you for your speculation, Jeremy. Much appreciated. Thank you. But,
I mean, just go and it's not doesn't necessarily have to be like that. We pay for Rodgers, right? You keep your money, right? You keep your bread. You do your whole PSR situation for July 1st. You don't spend no money till July 1st, and then you take Jackson on that deal that we signed for.
One thing that I would like to add, obviously, is that July 1st is next week, Tuesday, which is obviously.
I don't even want Rodgers like that. You guys like Rodgers a lot more than I do. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm not this big Rodgers fan. But, like, if it means moving on from Nico Jackson, then I'm totally okay with it.
Yep.
Listen, at the end of the day,
just like a lot of our players, bro. There's a lot of players. Like, if we are selling a player to make sure that we're getting Mohamed Kudus, or if we're make sure we're getting, a proper striker. I personally really like Hugo Ekitike, but I'm not like have to go get him. Like,
you're not losing sleep over it.
Yeah, like you just not. That's like I'm not necessarily like saying we have to get Hugo Ekitike. Like, no, I really like Hugo Ekitike, but I'm not out here just like asking for him specifically. There's not really a striker out there unless for some reason Victor Osimhen changed his mind that I would actually even attempt to go and spend big money on. Like, if we had an opportunity to get another player around that same 30 to 35 million dollar range, and we can spend that money elsewhere, like a center back, like I've been hoping we would, or a goalkeeper, just put the extra money on fucking, and hope maybe like fucking Milan's getting the full price for Theo Hernandez now, so who knows if we'll actually be able to get fucking Mignon.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, like
I said this on the casualty stream yesterday. Like, if they're getting the money for that, obviously the Musa deal at the moment is dead, seemingly. But if Napoli decide to like pay the money,
they're going different direction. Napoli already.
Fair enough.
From what I heard, they've gone different direction.
So you're in a position, or they're in a position where, like, I don't know if they do this from a business sense, but if they keep Maignan and he helps them get, I think it's either 4th or 3rd, they get 27 million for finishing 3rd or 4th in their league, which is possible with Allegri, and if Maignan stays and they make the right recruitment, which they've got the new sporting director, so they get the money they would have got from Maignan for just finishing 3rd or 4th. Yeah, he leaves on a free, but it's like, at least you've kept him and he's helped you get somewhere, So there's no guarantee he leaves. And then the thing is, I know people say, we'll just get him when his contract is up. Cool. When you have a bunch of different clubs interested in him because his contract is up and you don't have to pay a transfer fee, and like you can afford to pay him slightly higher wages. So there's no guarantee he comes. And if you want him, just get him done at this point. Like, stop pussyfooting around.
Mhm.
My question is, if we're not getting Mignon, right? And I don't think we end up getting Trafford, but we're definitely in for a keeper, bro.
I don't think we'll get one. In terms of
No.
if we don't get Trafford and we don't get Magnan, I don't think we'll get one.
I don't think we get one.
Because do you know what I think that RSM? Do you know what I think they'll do? I think they'll
Mm.
end up keeping Penders and just see if he can hang,
He
which
can
is
save
fucking
us?
stupid. But like
He'll be the backup to fucking Sanchez. Yeah.
potentially, yeah.
So Jorgensen, so we're saying what? Jorgensen loan. Petrovic gets sold. Okay.
Yeah.
Penders is the backup to Sanchez. I don't
Fair
even know.
enough.
Like Marcin Belka's not that good of a keeper either, bro. Like these, there's not that the only name I would actually like test the waters for is fucking what's the kid's name from fucking Leo? That's the only kid I'll even
Chevalier.
test the water because he's Chevalier because he's going to fucking Villa for like 40 million if they can afford it. Like they have to sell who what's his face, but you go and you get Chevalier before Villa does, and then that kind of forces their hand because they can't sell anybody right now. They're struggling to sell anybody. Like at this rate, they have 7 days to make a sale. They have 7 days to make a sale to get it under PSR.
My apologies, RSM. Just to up and unmute button. But yeah,
It's
man,
like-
listen, again, we'll see what happens. Again, as I always say before, we'll see what happens. Obviously, the market keeps moving day by day. But let's actually go on to the next bit of news, right? And that is obviously, let's talk about Bayern Gittens himself. And like, it seems that there might be a race brewing here. But let's see what happens.
Nah, there is no fucking race.
There's no race,
Again,
bro.
Listen, again, can I just not do the show, guys, in peace? Like, listen, we can discuss afterwards, say there's no race. I've not even read all the news. It started a little bit cheeky. Please. Let me actually, oh, sorry.
Well, here's the thing, Ahmed. I want to do something. You don't want speculation, but you're reading news for people who speculate.
Exactly, but I'm not speculating. I give the speculation to the
You
people.
don't want to speculate.
speculate.
All these people are speculating. You know that.
Exactly. So therefore, I don't speculate, but they can speculate on their behalf. I'm just giving their speculation on their behalf. See, that's it. I'm not even being. There's no need to listen. Ahmed's positivity is nauseating. I can't believe you think I'm being positive. I'm just being neutral. I'm in gear 0 right now.
Killing me.
I'm gear 0 right now. Not gear -1, not gear +1. Gear 0. Thank you for that, though.
This man said you're making me sick.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Listen, so let's obviously start with this. Bayern Munich have added Jamie Gittens back onto their shortlist and are in contact with his agent. Right, that came out obviously yesterday. Isn't that 22nd? Yeah, so yesterday. And then obviously, if you scroll up a little bit more, just give me a minute while I do that. And Dortmund CEO held a secret meeting of Bayern Max Eberl today over Gittens. Chelsea's last offer was, 30 million fixed with 20 million in add-ons. Bayern will have to convince Gittens as he's currently wants Chelsea. Dortmund want at least 55 million to sell Bayern Gittens. Another club like Bayern entering the race could play into their hands and raise the price even further. And that is again from,
by the way,
Rune Nitrich. Did I say that wrong? Sorry. That is Rune. Okay, come on. Can you please stay? Rune Nitriton BVB. So, and that's on the BVB news blog, of course, on Twitter. And Matt Law actually did something. This is Matt Law, that same article. No, it's different. So, Matt Law, obviously, just a little bit on after to shift this on for a little bit. Where is Matt Law something? Matt Law mentioned that Chelsea expect Gittens, Dortmund expect Gittens to move to Chelsea. There's an expectation of a face-to-face meeting in the US during the Club World Cup. So that could be this week, next week. Next week, technically, because the last week we're probably going to be in the Club World Cup, barring something crazy happen. But obviously, that's what's going on right now. But before we get to this number 17 news.
By the way, sorry, Ahmed. That thing you brought up previously, by the way. I don't know if that's true. Obviously, it's from the Dortmund blog thing.
It's very
Joey will understand this playing Football Manager. If that's actually true, that bid, That's that football manager shit where like you haven't got a huge budget, so you just add a shit ton of add-ons on to try like you have to pay off over like 10 years.
So they can't get you. I know you're not getting to them fucking add-ons.
Yeah, bro. I'm putting
I'm
add-ons.
putting
Like,
add-ons you
bro,
can't get to. I know it takes 2-3 goddamn years to get to them fucking add-ons.
bro, he's like adding on. Oh, if he gets 100 goals for England or something, yeah. If he gets like 100 England caps or some shit, it's like, bro, he's never hitting those add-ons ever. If that's true, I'm not surprised
Bro,
they told him to hit.
Bro, you better be getting 30 plus goals for me, son. 50 goals, bro. That's when the add-on kicks in. 50 goals.
Yeah, this is obviously interesting
That's
to
the
see.
type of shit I'm going to be putting on in Football Manager. 50 goals. After 50 goals, I'll pay you 3 million or 5 million or some shit like that. Nah, I'm gonna be honest. You guys just get used to Jamie Gittens being here. So just get used to it, bro. He's gonna be a Chelsea player by the end of it. Like
I'm not. The thing is, if it's him, I already said this before. If it's him or Garnacho, give me Garnacho. Give me him, bro. I don't care. Anything to not get Garnacho at this club, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, like, I don't think Garnacho happens no matter what. Like, I really do think that he ends up at Villa within
like again, it's a nightmare scenario. Nightmare scenario. Gittens somehow ends up right going Bayern. Fofana gets taken by Liverpool. Then what?
Like you said, RSM, we get Garnacho, and we're pouring bleach in our eyes for the whole season.
That's what I said, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, give me Gittens, bro. I don't care. Like, Gittens prevents the disaster scenario.
There's not that many options you can actually go for outside.
That's what I'm saying. So get me Gittens, because if Garnacho is third on the list, get me one. Because if we have to go into a battle for number 2 against Liverpool,
once again, I don't believe Gittens is as bad as people make him out. Okay, like,
can I just ask a question quickly before you get to your Gittens, bro?
Really
Where did this Malik Fofana news come from? Where did the Malik Fofana news come from?
There was what was it called? I don't know who tweeted it, but obviously there's been loads of tweets about Chiesa leaving Liverpool. If he leaves Liverpool, their plan apparently is to go and get Malik Fofana to replace him.
Yep.
That's weird though. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're replacing a guy who didn't play.
True, but then also like if they end up losing, if you think about it, it makes sense in a sense of like numbers.
If they lost Diaz, then maybe, bro. But if you're telling me you're replacing a guy who didn't play with a 45 million euro signing, it really doesn't make a lot of it doesn't sense wise. It just doesn't make a lot of sense overall. Especially bro, you're selling your own youth players to get this done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that overall, it does if you're telling me does Malik Fofana to Liverpool make sense? Only if Luis Diaz is one of those players or Cody Gakpo is one of those players that ends up moving on. That's the way I see it. Can I ask you guys something? Do you guys rate Luis Diaz?
I think he's just inconsistent as all hell.
I think he's a very good player, but yeah, I think he's a good winger that just isn't going to get you a lot of output.
He's too inconsistent. The issue is we need to find or create a winger who is very consistent, and Diaz is good.
Bro, there isn't that many. There isn't a winger.
But that's why I said no. But that's why I said we would need to find or create one, right? And the issue with Diaz is he is pretty much at this point a finished product. He is what he is. So unfortunately, he's just not going to be what we need. With Gittens, you could again with younger players, you could argue, oh maybe though, maybe. With Diaz, there's no maybes. You know what he is. That's it.
No, I'm not necessarily saying for us to get Diaz. I was just curious on what your thought process is on what he is, because
I mean when he's on it, he's definitely one of the best left wingers.
I don't even necessarily think that him and Gittens are miles apart from each other. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I watched both enough at this point where like I don't necessarily think they're, especially as like wingers, like pure wingers, not inside forwards, like pure wingers. I don't see them as that far outside.
What I will say with Diaz is I think Diaz has shown to have a higher peak than Gittens, but that's just because he's been on the scene more. So I think he's like there have been times where he's been really, really good in games. I don't think I've seen that from Gittens yet, but it might be just being age thing. I can't say.
I don't know. I really just don't see it being like the way that people rate players is more along the lines of like how much they've seen them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's from where I'm coming from, and from someone who's watched Bundesliga as much as I watch Bundesliga. Like, I don't watch other leagues, guys. Like I don't watch the Spanish league as much as other people. I don't watch the Italian league about other people. But when it comes to the German league, that's the league that I like to watch outside of, because I get it for free. Okay, I don't have to pay extra for it. And this is one of these players that's like, if you actually ask Dortmund fans who watched every single game early in the season, who liked Nuri Sahin, and it wasn't because Nuri Sahin got fired because of results, but if it was the style of football that they were playing and where they were trying to progress to, like they're never gonna grow as a football team with the way that Kovic plays. Just overall, like they're never gonna get to that next level. They're always gonna be playing counterattacking, like, oh, we're just trying to beat Bayern once in a blue moon type football. Like that's it. So like I just to me it's like I'd like for us to get a player that we could build upon, but I don't think Gittens this is what he played half a season, he got 10 goals under the first manager.
Yep.
Like that, like there's something there. There is something there. It just, I hate looking at players with that type of sample size. That's the only thing. That's my biggest freaking pet peeve.
Again, the issue is it seems like we're going to stick to this young player strategy, and at that point,
that's okay, bro. That's okay.
No, hold on.
As those players have a sample size, right?
No, but that's what I was going to say, Joey. It seems like what we're going to do every summer is get these young players who don't have the sample size, right? And we're basically going to be punting every transfer window, hoping that like we're going to buy 5, hoping that 2 stick, and then move on to 3. It seems like they're comfortable doing that. That's what they want to do.
They are, but that's what it is. Like, I think I've seen Matisse tweet about this before. It's stock trading, bro. Like, this is why we're going to have every single year. We're going to be having 12 to 15 players we need to sell, because it will be all the ones that you've either waited for like a couple years and they haven't hit, or sometimes not even that. They get a year, and if they don't hit, they sell them on. Like, this is what it's going to be. We're going to have 12 to 15 every year. We're going to have insane amounts of turnover. There's going to be no cohesion. So this is just what it's going to be.
See, Sean, though, that's not necessarily true either, though. Because, like, buying Quenda and buying Esteval is buying the best in class that you can buy in that position. So it's like, that's not necessarily true either. Like, buying Andre Santos and where he was.
How much did we pay for Quenda? How much was Quenda?
40 million euros.
40? How much do you think he would have been worth right now after the U21s run that he's having?
60, probably 50 to 60.
I think around there, bro.
I would say.
Because he's getting like a goal and assist every game.
His run is over. He got knocked out last week, but yeah, I would say about 60.
Fair enough.
Carlos, I'm glad you listened. Like always, you stupid brick. I didn't say it was going.
Yeah, you know though, Sean. Here's the thing. The one thing that I've noticed about this football club is that at least they're like, for us to have at least like the whole like having 10 to 15 people we have to sell. Like as long as they don't overload the squad, I don't necessarily care. But like the big thing here is like I need you to like just start getting it right. You know what I'm saying? Like we're starting to find players and they're starting to scout the right type of players and get some of these positions right from the looks of it. But like there's certain key things that they're just not addressing. Like with Nico, like all right, Nico might be a new problem. But like just getting Delap as the answer and going into the season with Nico and Delap, in my opinion, you should be slapped. Like, you should be fucking slapped. Like, point blank and simple. You should be slapped.
Well, you should
Like,
be fired. Like, you didn't
yeah,
do your
bro,
job,
bro.
respectfully, bro. Like,
Bro, everybody knows my feelings about this Club World Cup. I hope we get grouped. I didn't give a fuck about this Club World Cup. I hope we get grouped. You want to know why? Not because I didn't want us to win. Because they came in and prepared us like they didn't want to win. Their sporting directors said, "Oh, everyone's talking about the money. They don't care about the money. If they cared about the money, then they would have prepared us better to go in there and win." That's point blank and simple because City got prepared.
yep. I think
Why
they knew the
would-
squad was
Rodrigo
never
up
gonna
there?
be.
Big up to Lewis, man. Big up to Lewis, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Carefree Lewis, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the Bridge Nation. Please helps me on, helps the channel out. at the
See,
end of the
Sean,
day as
I
well.
personally think the way that we handle the right center back position is by giving Levi Colwell the center back role, like specifically, and you get a left-sided.
You know,
center
I was just about to ask that as well. I don't know, Ahmed, if you're gonna touch on this, but like, it seems like obviously, and I said this to Ahmed
No,
too.
he's not going to touch on anything. He won't, only wants to speak about how other people's speculation, who's written it in articles. Until I start writing articles and getting it publicized, then that's when Ahmed will start talking about it on the screen.
Yes, that if the bridge doesn't speculate. That's I'm letting you guys speak, man. I'm letting you guys speak.
Because I texted Ahmed a couple days ago and I said this is going under the radar, right? Because of our current like winger situation. But I said the center back that we were most heavily linked to, right? One of them, Guehi, right? It's looking like Liverpool is around there. Hato, Arsenal putting in bids and stuff, and it's like, so what is our backline looking like? Because it's going under the radar how those targets are getting kind of taken over a bit. In terms of are we in pole position anymore? And I mean today, hopefully it's true. Some Hincapie links came up. Like I said before, he is the perfect solution. He fits perfectly into the puzzle piece. Every category we want, he's there.
Fair enough.
Thanks
for your speculating there. Thanks for speculating there, RSM. It's greatly appreciated.
Here, Ahmed. Here's some more speculation for you.
Jay, just quickly,
speculation.
You listen. I'll give you the room. HA. What do you mean? I've got an agenda. I don't have no agendas, bro. I'm just keeping the peace here, man. I'm not giving my opinions anymore, man. I'm just here to tell you how things work. Go ahead, brother.
Go to your Twitter. Pull up the tweet I just sent you.
He sent it to me via Twitter. I'm assuming, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? What time's that? Oh, that's today actually. Oh, that's interesting.
That's 15 minutes ago.
First contacts between Juventus and Jackson and Chelsea for Jackson, according to Sky Sports.
They are selling two pieces to Nottingham Forest this week. They're trying to get a deal done for like 25 million for Tim Weah. What is Nottingham Forest doing? They're doing buy one get one free deals over at Nottingham Forest. That ass. They did buy one get one free over at fucking Fogo. Now they're doing buy one get one free over at
I think they low key messed up because I think their sporting directors or whatever were planning to have UCL level money and then he ended up in conference.
I'm just
but
saying.
listen, if we do get rid of Jackson, then what are we saying though?
They're getting cash from Forest.
We're gonna need another striker.
Yeah, but clearly, but who is that gonna be though? That's the question, right?
Probably João Pedro.
Well, Pedro's close to the Newcastle deal already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, the deal may be close between Brighton and Newcastle, but it also as with many of these deals, it's also dependent on the player as well, isn't it? As you've seen, if the player doesn't want to go to Newcastle, and then he's starting to and may prefer to stay in London.
Nah, it's not necessarily. I mean, well, that part could be true, but I think that that deal is really close to being done.
Oh yeah, no shit. No, I was wrong. Sorry, we call him Moani.
Oh yeah, Kolomoani. Well, I need to figure out, Scott. Can we do some math on that deal quick?
What deal?
When did he do that deal? It
was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
It was 2 years ago, right? How long is that contract?
Probably 6 years because they don't do the
7
year deal.
That he's on.
Yeah, it's probably a 6 year deal.
His contract ends 2028. He's got 3 years left.
He's 3 years left. It was a 5-year deal. How much was the sale?
It was 80 million, wasn't it?
Nah, it was 95.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's including add-ons, so 80 million is probably right.
To answer your question, by the way, how his stats were in the league 8-1 in 16.
For
Juventus.
Yeah, and then I'm not even going to chat about the league and ones he barely played.
Yeah, because he didn't play.
Yeah, I'll be real. He pretty much didn't play for like up.
He didn't play for PSG at all. Like it's not really like you really can't take that. It's all like sub appearances. You really can't take that seriously.
Yeah, he started 1 game in the Champions League. That was it.
Yeah, I mean,
I had 1 game in the league or 2 games in the league. Sorry.
I don't know. I still think that, I mean, unless PSG is willing to take a loss on it, I don't think we would be interested in taking that deal. And how long?
I think the best.
So I think we probably want around 60 million, 70 million. I don't think that we'd be interested.
My only hope is like because of what they did with Juve and like it's PSG, they don't exactly need it. Like my only hope is you could maybe get it on like a loan with an option, which would genuinely be like. And
by the way, bro, Colomani, that link from yesterday was totally agent talk. Like you can tell because he got linked to a couple places yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully this is true, bro.
Would be a mover for me. That's a mover for me, bro.
That solidifies our back four as a top back four,
article, bro. I don't know who wrote the article. I was trying to find who wrote the article. Go back.
Gossip site. No, this is quote upside. That's all it says. It doesn't even tell you who wrote it.
No, go down. Vince tags the articles. There it is.
That's what you mean. Let's see. John Menzies, experienced football journalist, mainly focuses on La Liga. Seen on Spanish football news site Football España.
See, I mean, they're normally good writers. He's from Football España. That's not like a bad writing place. But they just fucking Fabrizio writes on this fucking place. You want to write football gossip? That's fine.
Thank you.
But Fabrizio fucking writes on this place. It's just
that's me trying to piss off my guy RSM. That's all.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't bite. That's why I didn't bite.
He didn't bite.
You caught offsides, bro. You gotta look quick. You gotta look into who wrote the article because there's some articles are being written by like you fans, and there's some articles that are being written by actual like writers. And Vince is normally pretty good about that. Like he's normally pretty good about source checking it, but he's a very like I don't know opinionated individual. So like he has an opinion.
I saw one of his tweets the other day. It just was a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he's a very opinion. Yeah, Hincapie plays fullback and center back. He played left back and center back. You'd be perfect for us.
He can do both. He's a good bro.
To me. If you're gonna buy Hato for 50 million, go spend the extra 10 and go get Hincapie. Like it's that simple. To me, it's that simple to me. If you're gonna go buy Hato for 40 million or 50 million, because that's the asking price for Ajax, you buy Hincapie for 60. You give him more. Give him more than 60. So you get the fucking release clause taken off. Because it's a release clause, by the way. That's the only reason I'm saying give him more. Not necessarily for the player, because give them more and get the release clause off of it and get the payments that you want. But like he's literally the best. Exactly what HA said. He's the best version of what the profile Hato is in football.
Yes.
The left center back, the left back. Tight
he
player.
aerially dominant, by the way. Scores a ton of goals from corners, but I'm telling you, he's everything, man.
Let's hope we get corners into him. So. Let's hope we get corners into him, man, fast.
He's also good at crossing, good at overlapping. I'm telling you, like even if we ditch Maresca at any point, he's the type of guy that is able to work under any manager in any system.
in any worry for Cucurella playing, like worry about Cucurella's injury is just gone.
Mhm.
You have him as an option.
Yep, he's reliable too. He doesn't spend time injured either.
Fair enough. Yeah, listen, man. RSM, man, he's given a great job, doing a great job here of shouting out this guy, man. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him indeed. But listen, we'll see what happens in that regard. Obviously, at the end of the day, if it does happen, it does happen. If it does, it doesn't. You know what I mean? A lot of speculating here. Let's just see if I see him in a shout first. That's what I've just come to the conclusion of. But let's read some more speculation, and this is from none other than Alejandro Garnacho. But we need to start with that. In order for us to connect him, we need to start connecting another dot, which is Christoph Nkunku, firstly. So let's get to him. Let's get to that sort of situation first and foremost. I'm really not, what is going on with this?
You're not prepared at all.
I don't really give a shit. Breaking. Chelsea and Manchester United are weighing up a possible scenario where Nkunku and Garnacho could go to opposite clubs. And that's obviously from Matt Law. Now, if you read a bit more deeper into the article, because I'm going to do you guys that favor, it's not necessarily that this is an opinion piece more so that, more than anything else. And initially, the Nkunku news actually came out from a guy called Tanzolik, who I think, if I'm not mistaken, also works with Tanti JFM as well. So if you, which is the Manchester United have started discussions with the entourage of Christopher Nkunku as well. Obviously, if you know, and one thing you also need to know is that obviously Nkunku's got a super agent as well, Pinisi Harvey. That's also as well.
Yep.
Key thing to know. Chelsea would be expected to jump at the chance to join. Garnacho would be expected to jump at the chance to join Chelsea, according to Matt Law. And obviously, the other thing from Fabrizio, obviously, he said Chelsea and Manchester are aware of the opportunities of Nkunku and Garnacho. No negotiations as of yet, though. So that's basically what's going on so far. Before we get to the Garnacho stuff, how do you feel about Nkunku going to Manchester United?
I just don't really care. I mean, I don't really like selling our players to rivals that often, like as often as we've been doing, at least. But I don't really care. Just if you want to sell them to Manchester United, if it gets us another player that could actually help us, because Christopher Nkunku has not been able to help us, then so be it. And that's the way I see it.
Fair enough. What about you, Scott, man? How much do you think we can get out of Nkunku actually to Manchester? Do you think they'll pay a good 60 million that maybe the club wants? Because I know that's what the club is
Absolutely
expecting.
Not.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The problem is I don't know how United are moving. I don't know if their owners are still on the same bullshit they normally are.
They just offered in excess of 60 million apparently for Mbeumo just 1 hour ago.
Yeah, that doesn't really tell me much.
I don't even know if that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
it depends on the add-ons though. That's the thing with the.
Yeah, if they're still on their same bullshit they've been on, then yeah, we can probably get 60 million for them because their owners are embarrassing. They're a joke. But if they've actually wised up, which I don't think we've seen yet, in terms of the Cunha deal was just a release clause, which they're paying over 3 installments or whatever it is, and they haven't signed anyone else. So I don't know if they're still in their same bullshit in terms of just offering stupid money for players.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't say 60 million for Mbeumo is stupid money, but based on how he performed. Again, depending on what the add-on, depending on the how the deal is set up. So I don't know. Like I said, if they're on their same bullshit, then 100% you can get 60. If not, then maybe not, but you can probably still get 50 maybe.
Damn.
Obviously, we should be trying for 60 at least. That's not me saying that we should be selling.
It'll be broke. It'll be a trade for Garnacho. But we have to see.
They're going to
obviously,
sell Garnacho to somebody else.
We'll see what's going to happen in terms of Garnacho again. It'd be wrong of us to speculate if there's been no negotiations that even occurred yet. So we don't know, bro. Again, I think for me, hopefully, I'm not actually. You know what? I don't speculate. Sorry, but you know what? You know what, Joey? Give me your thoughts on Garnacho. Not Garnacho, sorry, Nkunku, and the price tag you think he'll be going for. Give it to our boy.
I already kind of said what I feel about it, but I think at 45 you can break even, I think, at 45, if I'm not mistaken.
Agreed.
So just break even, move on. That's the way I see it. If you can get more than that, awesome. If not, oh well.
Fast indeed.
Looks like 22 million euros for both Weah and Mbangalu. They just signed 2 left wingers before we could sign 1.
Yeah. Fun times, bro.
You know what? Let's get to Garnacho, man. RSM, man. I know you're a Garnacho fanboy. Talk to you, man.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Nah, like I said, anything to just not get him at the club, bro.
Damn. Why you say fuck me for, man? You know, damn. But go ahead. Sorry. But, so
I
do you really not think? Listen, yeah. I'm not gonna.
I think the thing is, this is my thing. I think there's very little chance, bro. There's very little chance.
Even obviously we say before there's any little chance of the thing. I'm gonna separate, myself, my opinions, whatever I have of this year, even the speculation angle. We're gonna talk about this objectively, right? You look at his stats, and the stuff that the club is looking for. He does suit somewhat of the bill. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that, correct? Like obviously, if I
statistically speaking, he does fit what they want.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Statistically speaking, he fits them, right? There's no denying that at all. So for me, the argument I'm just gonna make is that listen, you can hate me, everything like that, all you want for saying that, but if I'm looking at it from an objective statistical standpoint, which is what the club does at the end of the day, they'll be like, listen, man, he adds jam to the bread. You know what I mean? He adds cheese to the bread. You know what I mean? He works. So, you know, we can hate, or we can speak. We, in our opinions, can have something like that. But at the end of the day, he jams the bread. He works. So, what's wrong? Something crazy or something? Like he jams the bread. Have you never heard that saying before?
I've never heard that saying in my life ever. Like,
oh Lord, man. How have you not heard? He jams the bread for you, know? Anyway, alas. But listen.
Am I the only one here?
No.
I don't know what fucking Ahmed ever says half the time. So I just ignore him when he says some stupid shit. So I just let it go right past my goddamn head most of the time. So sorry. As soon as I hear some stupid shit from Ahmed, I just
zone out.
I'm telling you, bro. I'll do something else. I start doing something else as soon as I hear some stupid shit come out of his mouth.
It's the best thing you can do, to be honest.
Yeah, but listen, essentially,
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna let him keep rambling, but like.
But essentially, essentially, he statistically solves. He works for the team, and I know you disagreed with me, Joey, when I said this, but he has played left wing and right wing, right? So he's
that does not make him a versatile player.
He plays a versatile winger, no?
No, but that's not what we're talking about, though. A versatile player, like the form of versatile players that we've been talking about, has been players that can play 10 or striker. In this case. Okay. It's been all players who could play 10 or striker. It's either Gittens or Garnacho or Fofana. Okay, that's left wing. Okay, and then you have, which by the way, all these players, in my opinion, are benched by Neto, no matter who we get. Okay,
probably.
And that's why I think we end up with Kudus. Personally, it's either we sell Nani and get Kudus. Like. It would surprise me if we got Yildiz. That would be the surprising one. If we got Yildiz, I would be surprised.
Especially since aren't reports that like Juve have negotiated and stuff with him.
They're trying to get
contract and stuff.
They're trying to, but he wants a lot of money, from what I understand. Juve really don't want to put big wages down because they got burnt by fucking Vlahovic over the last 4 years.
Yeah, fuck it. Go get Garnacho. What's the worst thing?
Yeah, man. Listen, at the end of the day, we'll see what
happens. What's the worst that could happen, bro? I'm good. Okay? I'm good.
I mean, again, one thing I will say right now is that unless we get a confirmation he's at the club or he's wearing the club shirt, there's no reason to be agitated.
He was wearing that Villa shirt on Instagram yesterday, bro, for a reason.
Exactly. So, like, if that's what you believe, if that's what you were speculating, Joey, then for me, my problem is then, again, listen, I don't see why we're worried then. Why are we worried? Why are people going crazy?
Bro, I ain't never been worried. I've been telling them to prepare.
No, you, bro. I'm talking about obviously the wider people. Why are they always worried?
Because Matt Law knows how to fucking get them clicks, son. He's been a click artist for years, bro. bro. And I've been trying to tell people about this guy, bro. He obviously has links to the club, but he's a click artist, bro. When there's nothing going on, he's going to write an article that's going to get clicks. And he knows what's going to get clicks in this fan base. All you got to do is look up the fucking how angry the fan base got anytime Garnacho got. So he knew this shit. He instantly put Garnacho and Nkunku in the same conversation why? Because Nkunku got linked to Manchester United. He just put the swap. He made a swap conversation out of nothing, and then the entire fan base blew up over it. They didn't even read the article. If you read the article, it literally says in the article, no negotiations has started for this. So why are you writing an article? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Why you see why he's writing the article? Because he's a click artist. It says in the article,
He's good at what he does, man.
Likely to get Gittens. No negotiations have started for Garnacho and Nkunku. But the headline is all about Garnacho and Nkunku. He's a click artist, bro. This is the point. You know what I'm gonna do one of these days? I'm gonna do a journalism literacy show. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go through articles that Pies posts or Vince posts. We're gonna go either debunk them, or you could figure out if they're legitimate or all that other good jazz. And I'm gonna go through and teach people the way that I do it. That's it. And majority of the time, when I look at these articles, I got a good sense of what the fuck's going on. It's that simple.
Yes, but again, I think that might have been true at one point, Sky Knight. I think the thing is, if it's not even happening at all, then there's no point of us saying that. I've seen Chelsea.
I went to journalism school, Dr. J.
Big up to HA,
Syracuse University, my friend.
Yeah, HA, I'll be honest. One of those guys is a
Gets
professional
Jared.
foul, so like.
Big up to my guy. Big up to my guy, Chad and Robert, by the way. Nice guys. But listen, as I said before, man, until we see the here we go, no, so not here we go, until I see the Ornstein confirmation and he's in a shirt, I don't really complain anymore, man. There's no point of doing that, man. You know what I mean? Just gotta wait and see what happens, you know. I don't speculate, but I'll let the others speculate on my behalf. How about that?
I mean, you don't have to trust Matt Law, but Matt Law will tell you the things that he wants to tell you if you actually read his article. Okay? What he wants you to do is just repost it and like it. That's all he wants you to do. He don't want you to read his article. Okay, because if you read it, then you'll actually realize it's just.
That's why it's a sensationalist headline, because then most people are like, "Oh, so this is what the article says," and they don't actually take the time.
This is what is happening. You're getting Garnacho. That's what I'll hear on Never a Foul for the next week. It's not happening. You're gonna get Garnacho.
The titles are like Chelsea to Garnacho, imminent. Like, okay, bro. All right, big man. All right, bro.
Yeah, man. You know, listen, we'll see what happens, man. At the end of the day, listen, Chelsea Football Club, man. It's a place where stuff happens, isn't it? That's the best way to put it, really. But you know, one thing I will say, you know, in regards to some of the news that's happening, I think again we're about to enter. This is the final week, obviously, in terms of like for some clubs PSR. So there's going to be a lot of movement, maybe from some of these clubs that need to get PSR stuff to happen. That's not me just speculating. That's just like I'm just being objectively. Let's look at stuff objectively.
We tried to swap Nkunku for Hincapie, actually earlier in the month.
But like, listen, I want to listen. You know what? Yeah. What about you? Anything you guys are interested in talking about? Because I thought that's pretty much the main news today. I mean, anything else you want to talk about? The one thing I will say that surprised me from the speculators, there's no speculation going on about potential centre backs. I will say. Obviously,
why is that surprising?
Yeah, why is that surprising?
You know, because I would have thought by now, you know, we would have gotten that hybrid and for Kukurea at this point. You know what I mean? The hybrid guy, at least for Kukurea.
Sales have to happen, I would assume, before that happens. And like with the way that PSR is right now, like only teams that are like above FFP and PSR, like are going to spend until the end of the new month.
Which we are, to be fair, but it's not. I don't think it's anything to do with that. I mean, it's just the way our club works. Like, they've been here for what, 3 years? This is the 6th window, 5th window. Like, we've seen how they work.
Yeah,
Like,
barely though, because 2 of those windows they didn't do a goddamn thing.
No, that's true. But like, you see how they
True.
worked across what, like the last summer window. Like, bro, most of our signings are probably going to get done.
Sat on their
Like,
goddamn hands. Oh, fucking
I'm
Strasbourg.
a bit,
That's what they did in
I'm gonna
January.
be so real with you. I think most of our signings probably get done between like last week of July or last couple of weeks of July and like the week before the season starts.
I know, but I'm not going to say anything on that one. To be honest, you know what?
Like,
Yeah.
And then we probably sign a guy just before the window ends, like for some reason, I guess.
It's cooked, bro.
Miss me. You know, I listen. Nothing to be surprised about that. That's how we run. That's how we move. So that's the game, isn't it? That's the game, guys. That's the game. The game is the game, as I always say. But we move. But
Nah, bro. Nah. That's not the game, bro. It's malpractice. That's what it is. Like, at what point in any job do you get deadlines? You get to miss them as frequently as these pair have, and get to keep your job.
No, but Joey, I don't think they're missing deadlines. Like, I think this is the thing in our mind. They are obviously they are. I don't think unfortunately to their bosses they are. Like, they're hitting every target that we're.
Oh yeah, bro.
We're hitting.
They're
like,
moving.
doing a
They're moving
spectacular job.
spectacularly. Yeah, I was about to say that's the exact word I was about to use,
Bro,
bro.
they're moving. Bro, think about it, Joey.
Yeah,
like,
according to them, everything's everything's on the up and up.
Joey, think about
It
it.
doesn't
Like,
eliminate the squad building. That doesn't just eliminate it. It
No, I
doesn't just
agree. No,
eliminate the fact
Joey,
that
I agree with you. Like, I 100% agree with you. But what I'm saying, like, I'm trying to view it from their eyes in terms of, bro, they've bought all these young players that they can flip for money. We haven't really lost money on anyone yet, I don't think. Like, we haven't lost money on anyone yet in terms of players we've had to sell. We've either broke even or made profit. Fantastic news. Like, they've signed a bunch of young players who could blossom into something incredible. They signed Cole Palmer, fantastic work. They signed Caicedo and Enzo with some help, fantastic work. Like, they're doing amazing, bro. We're going and signing like the hottest young talents from South America and from Europe and from this club and that club. They're doing a fantastic job in the eyes of these guys. Because I agree with you. In any other walk of life, at any other football club, by the way, at Manchester United, by the way, who I think their owners are shite. Their owners are terrible. They sacked their sporting director within 6 months.
Mhm.
Within 6 months. So these guys aren't failing in the eyes of these owners. That's the issue. In our eyes, Joey, and they are failing. Let's be honest, in terms of squad building, in terms of just the basics of how to do your job, they've failed miserably, basically since they've been here. But they're not failing in the eyes of the owners.
And as much as, bro, it is crazy because as much as we want to hate Joe Shields, he's probably made some of the best contributions to the team.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we want to fucking kill Joe Shields for only going and getting City players, but like his contributions have probably been the only contributions that have actually like meant anything.
Yep.
Like literally, it's
Because
like
Enzo, bro, Enzo was the owners. Enzo was the owners. It didn't take a rocket scientist to get Caicedo across the line, but they almost messed that one up. So it's like,
yep.
Yeah, man. Interesting indeed. Interesting.
Enzo Fernandez, who are they? Enzo Fernandez, they were only competing against themselves.
yep.
And they literally fucked it up.
And they took it. Yep.
Only competing against themselves.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I ran a poll. This is going on. I don't know if RSM saw the poll. I asked, is RSM glazing Hincapie? And we've got no for 35 and yes 65%. So just to let you know, according to the chat, you are glazing Hincapie. Thank you.
Thanks, chat.
Yeah, am I supposed to care or like?
I don't know to let you know.
Thanks, chat. Ahmed does this.
No, because you know what's crazy? It was crazy with the chat is like, bro, these are the same people who, you're just glazing Pacho because he's Ecuadorian. Say less, bro. Say less. Time proves me right. Sometimes you don't gotta say nothing. Sit back and wait.
You know, one thing I did read today that I don't even speculate on this because I think this is kind of somewhat true. That I do think Maresca and the subs is a good point that I think people have made on in terms of like does he trust those guys that are on his bench, right? That's one thing that
No.
And I think for me, obviously, I know a lot of people seem to be worried about Santos's stuff like that, right? I think the thing about guys that are on the bench for us, they have to gain the manager's trust, essentially. Like, if he can trust you, he'll eventually basically start putting you in. But if he doesn't trust you as of yet, you will not be basically getting minutes off the bench. Does that make sense? And I think that and that for me obviously can be both a positive and a negative, because if you actually maybe need these guys that need to come off the bench to make stuff work, but then the man and the man doesn't obviously trust them. And those cool situations where the moment you need something to happen, right, he's just gonna continually stick with his starting 11, which is not helpful either at the end of the day. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. The owners in the ownership, the panel defend, gave them free reign to build a squad of their image. No accountability though.
Did you not just hear me criticize?
No, just give it up. Just give it up,
him?
bro. No, the thing is, bro, TKL, listen, he comes to my stream all the time. You just gotta let him go. He thinks that
he's not the only one though. There's a bunch of people that you lot.
Yo,
some
these
of you lot have
owners
selective
need
hearing.
to fucking act up and fire this guy. What don't they fucking get by that?
Yeah, some of you man literally have selective hearing.
That sequence of words that I just spoke about. They need to get their ass up and fire these guys. They need to be fired. Who's gonna do it? The owners. Okay.
We gotta go, man.
Yeah, they should have been sacked after last summer. They weren't. They should have been sacked after January. They weren't. They should be sacked now. They're not. Yes.
They spent all month doing what? Triggering a release clause for Delap, while Joe Shields fucking got him over the line to sign this contract. Yeah, make him head of scouting. That's what you want to do.
I'm not even about that anymore. You can't fail at your job miserably multiple times and then just be demoted. You leave, get out of the club. You failed miserably.
Yep.
We can go and sign guys just as
Pack
good
it
at
up.
scouting as them.
Bro, it doesn't. It's like Joey said. Bro, it's like Joey says a million times. It's not that hard to just load up an FM save and do what they do.
I just loaded up a brand new FM save right now, bro.
Bro, I'm half tempted to. I'm half tempted to start again, do a Chelsea one with all the new signings.
You, bro. It's not that difficult.
I'll give you the video that has all the uploads for 2020.
Because again, I told you, the reason why they keep doing this is because they're over glorified scouts. Their job is to find the young talent, et cetera, et cetera. They don't know how to build the team though.
Bro, when
a competent sporting director at this point in time says,
when
okay,
they said we
need
were
to start filling in positions.
I was laughing so hard. When they said we were signed to Jarrell Hato, I was laughing so hard, Scott, bro. I laughed so goddamn hard when we were linked to Jarrell. When we started being linked to Jarrell Hato, I was like, bro. I could turn on FM, and of course you'd be linked to Jarrell, bro.
What was the last one you made?
Clear employee RSM. So I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know
clearly,
if
bro.
you just hear, I don't know if you heard Newcastle for life, but he did just literally say no to Garnacho.
Yeah,
He wasn't
he
even
doesn't
that
want
happy with his- again, I would encourage you to listen to this.
Only the insane one. Only insane people will tell you yes to.
Nah, bro, listen, man. Bro, I saw a hashtag no to Garnacho was trending.
Unfortunately, I called my friend. That's okay.
Remember,
as
I said before.
RSM, what you said about what you said about the squad building, I said this on casually yesterday. That Kolo Muani thing, for example, it would unironically be one of the smartest decisions from a squad building standpoint if they actually tried to get him on loan with an option. Unironically.
Yes, bro.
Because at least then you're paving the way of with the Omega thing for 2026, it makes sense. If they buy him, the fuck's the plan for Omega? I know what the plan is to be flipped, but that's not how you build a team. It's just straight. And so when we buy 2 left wingers as well, and then Quenda comes in, it's who's leaving after a year?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's because we have scouts. We have scouts doing team building. This is not their thing, bro. They do not know what they're doing. They have zero clue. I'm telling you, bro.
As I said before, boys, man, the game's the game, man. The game's the game. This is the way we run, and I have no issues with it. Because I have accepted the way we are run. So, the sooner you guys accept
He has no
it,
issues with him. Sounds like a Clear Lake agent to me. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're the Clear Lake agent.
Yes, I am a Clear Lake
Exactly,
agent.
bro.
Yes, I do take brown envelopes too, guys. Definitely do. It's not just that I've moved. It's not that I've just moved. From the, it's
You
not
said
that
I do accept brown envelopes. Thank you very much.
and it's not that, moved on from the 5 stages of grief and just accepted where we are. That's just the difference in it. You know what I mean? But listen. Let me bring this. I always bring this PSA out because this PSA saves you a lot of time.
This is the game, This is the game. You have to be careful when you love the teams, but you always love the game because the game it never ceases to amaze you. You think it's going one way and then it fucking switches. It's crazy.
Again, I do not love
The
this
worst
game.
clip you own, bro. It's the fucking worst clip you have, bro. Why do you keep playing that trash?
That's
fucking
my
clip?
favorite.
Yeah, again, I don't
It's
love
a
this
trash
game.
fucking
Absolutely
clip.
not.
Every time you play the clip, it's trash. It's trash every time. It doesn't change if it's good
I
or
mean,
not.
said it hasn't
It's
hit a
always
single
trash.
time.
It's every time it's trash. There's no
It hits
time
me.
where it's good. Every
It hits
time.
me.
It's trash
PSG.
every time on it.
Listen, that's for you. For me, it's different. PSG offered 50 million for Morado. Porto, maybe Barcola will be available if they sign him. There's no reason for me to comment on a player that's at another club until I see him at my club. Thank you.
By the way, that it's Mora, not Morara. It's
My
Mora.
apologies.
And
He's also
No,
not a
you-
winger.
you just read it. It's not your problem.
Yeah, he was well, I don't know about like regularly, but watching him this Club World Cup, he didn't play on the wing once. So like that would be an odd
Yeah,
switch.
he plays in the 10. That's exactly what I was going to say. He literally plays in the 10.
He was decent, to be fair, from what I saw. He was like the only bright spark of that absolutely horrible Porto team.
Yeah, he's they're shit over there, bro.
Bro,
They
they're-
are shit over
Yeah.
there, bro.
bro, I can't lie to you.
They're so
I
bad.
understand he's scoring goals, but like Samu with no service is Lukaku 2.0. Like, straight up.
Yes.
Yep.
But bro, sometimes, but
Like,
look
he's
at what he's
doing
doing. I'm telling you, that Portuguese league tax, bro.
Yep.
Yo, is nasty, bro.
We tell Ahmed these things, bro, and he just looks at us like we're dumb, son. I'm sincere. We
The
tell
Ahmed
Ahmed
that's
this
there,
thing.
bro. The Ahmed that's there.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say anything because I don't speculate. I'm just gonna see what happens at the end of the day.
So I don't speculate.
Yeah, this guy, son.
This man,
don't
he talking like he lawyered up, Joey. He talking like he lawyered up.
Yeah, this guy Ahmed, son. He cracks me up, bro. Like,
Facts.
I don't speculate.
Yes,
Listen,
I don't
I don't
speculate.
Yeah.
speculate.
As I said before, man, we need to see what the game is in it. We need to see what the here we go is, and then
Because
we'll
the
talk about
game's
it.
a game, right?
Because the game's a game.
Because
and you
there's
have to
no
be-
point.
Joey,
because there's
you
no-
have to be careful. You
Yeah,
always
but
have to
for
love the
like-
game.
I just said, when I said about Yildiz, I don't know how far behind you are, bro, that you're listening this far behind. I spoke about Yildiz 20 minutes ago. So when you get to this part, I'm speaking directly to you because you put this chat in. Okay? If he doesn't sign a new contract and they want Nico Jackson, then yes, you should be having conversations about Yildiz. Okay? Not that we're going to get him. It'll be nice, though, if we got him. Jeez Louise, people are dumb.
Yeah, man. Nice. We got nice with a lot. We got a lot of players, but there's no point in me speculating because I don't know if they're gonna come or not. So what's the point in me doing that sort of stuff with Chelsea Football Club at this point? Because we don't know what's
Bro.
going on.
Bro, because, we don't know what's going on. You're right. We don't know what's going on.
Exactly. So there's no point in us doing that. 1 minute we thought we got money on, the next minute, it didn't happen. So that's the way the cookie. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Bro, I'm praying every night to the Lord, by the way, that we get him after watching that Sanchez performance the other night.
No need to speculate, Scott, man.
No,
As of right
Ahmed,
now,
eat shit.
as of
Like,
right now,
respectfully-
as of right now,
respectfully,
your
shut
goalkeeper
up,
is
respectfully.
Sanchez, mate. You know what I mean? Until we find out anything, You know, our goalkeeper is Robert Sanchez.
Respectfully, fuck you. Like, I don't care who my goalkeeper is.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm
I
gonna be
can't watch
pissing me
another
off.
season. I can't watch another season of him. Like, I can't.
I'm gonna just out here trying to piss me off, bro. That's all he's doing. He's just out here trying to piss me off.
But no, because this is the way I've been moving for the last few weeks. Actually, you know, I've just stopped speculating.
Just stop speculating.
Just read the speculation. Don't
Yo,
get
guess
into the
what?
love.
Guess what? If you're gonna stop speculating, you might as well not even do YouTube because all of YouTube is speculation. Literally all of it.
I read the speculation and then I let people speculate for themselves. That's the difference.
I hate
I'm
it.
the top rage beta. I'm not, because you can ask Scott. I'm doing the same on casually. You can ask him what I say on casually now. I don't even speculate at all. I just say that the player fit the system, yes or no, and then I
I'm
just
just
wait
doing
to
the
see if he's in the
nonchalant
badge.
gimmick, man. I hear
That's
it.
it, man. That's it. That's what I say. Does the data match? Yes or no? Yes. I'm just gonna see if he's in a. If he's.
I'm about to hit the listen, man. There's more important things to life than football.
I mean,
I get it. No, I get what you say. Like there's no evidence to suggest that we're going to change what we're doing. So why believe otherwise? Like, I get what you're saying.
To be, like,
listen,
I do think it says. No, I do think it says a lot. I kind of understand Ahmed's point, and it's like I'm of the similar mind in terms of it's obvious what they're doing, and it's like they won't change. But I'm still going to speak about it and still going to criticize it. When
I agree.
happens, it's bullshit. Because it's like the fact that me and Ahmed can basically predict before the window opens who we're signing and nearly get it spot on. Like, I was one player off because I do think we get Gittens. I was one player off. I think Ahmed was either spot on or one player off as well. That shouldn't be able to happen. You should. I don't think you should ever really be able to predict what your club is doing as a fan in the transfer window, unless it's like,
unless it was like the stuff with us and Austin, we were in for him.
Transfer window. The only way I think that's acceptable is like, say we walked into this transfer window and we knew we were signing like Osimhen, Gehi, Hincapie, and like Leao. Cool, I'm fine with knowing what we're going to do because at least those are big players. It's like, it kind of makes sense. How can I tell you that we're going to sign, that I know for a fact that we're going to sign Delap, Gittens, and I said Houston, who we didn't sign, but we're going to probably sign the other two. How can I, like, months before a window, know that's going to happen?
Yeah, it was a big Madrid tax on that one, to be fair.
So who do you think we're gonna sign now?
I still wait for getting. I still think we're getting Gittens, and it would not shock me if that's it.
That's it. Gittens and Delap is the rest of the window.
Would
No,
not
it's
shock me.
definitely not that. No.
Or we need a left back. They're surely going to sign someone for left.
That's what I'm saying. We're getting a left back guaranteed. And if for whatever reason somebody does go in for Jackson, like, we know they're willing to sell. Same thing for Nani. Like, I don't know, man.
Actually, no. I think Mo is right. Actually, I think we probably get Gittens and Kudus. The left back thing, I think we maybe get, but like it'll be right at the end of the window, and I don't actually know who we're going to get because I don't. The more time goes on, the more I don't think we're going to get Hato, if that makes sense. But I don't know who they're going to get.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting Hato at all.
The only two guys we've been linked with are Hato and Hincapie, and I don't think we're getting either of them. So I couldn't tell you who we're getting for left back. Couldn't tell you. So yeah, I think the only two guarantees I can say, I think we get Kudus and I think we get Gittens, and anything else I think is a bonus.
Everything else is up in the air.
Wow. Lovely jubbly, eh? Lovely jubbly indeed. And yeah, man. Listen, in terms of news, I'm not gonna speculate again on when news comes out. Obviously, naturally, there will be news tomorrow. That's the no one needs to speculate for that one at the very least. We'll see what happens. Obviously tomorrow, well, technically Wednesday morning, we'll tell you we'll be playing Tunis. We'll be doing a watch along for the game in the over here because I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna be taking a nap in the afternoon and then waking up. I'm gonna take a 2-hour nap, probably 2 hours. Then I'm gonna take the game's gonna be 2 hours, so 2 plus or minus 2. That's it, stuff like that. And we'll see what happens. And yeah, man, Tunis FC. Apparently, the man just has mentioned the idea maybe that he's gonna be doing some changes. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, man, looking forward to the game. Hope everyone enjoys it as well. So yeah, what's up?
Sorry, just to interrupt. I know you're trying to wrap up. Did you see? I don't know if it's serious, but Reese and Cole, I think, missed training due to illness.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Gusto, both of them may or may not play, or at least start, I should say. So it might be in for Gusto 90 minutes again.
Any
Yes,
Messi, any Messi
hyped,
versus
bro.
Messina watch alongs. Yeah, see,
I will be
this,
watching that.
this Club World Cup glazing, man. It's not working with me, man. You know what I mean? No one cares about World
I
Cup.
like.
You
You
know what I
already
mean?
know how I feel about this.
You know what I mean? All these South American teams are
I
being
ain't about to say. You already know
South
how I
American
feel.
tryouts. South
Get
American tryouts, man.
Get
South-
Groove.
All these
Joey's
South
thoughts-
American try.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
Joey's thoughts or
it's
get me
not
out of
even
here,
that I'm
bro.
being a hater, man. All these South American teams are moving like tryhards, man. They thinking they're doing something, bro. At the end of the day, your leagues are still trash. You know what I mean? You're just feeder clubs. Have some respect for yourselves, please. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
Ahmed, you're disrespecting yourself right now. You're disrespecting yourself. Right
Am I disrespecting myself? How am I?
now. Yeah, you are disrespecting yourself. Just stop it. Don't act like a fool right now. Okay. Stop acting like a fool.
We'll see, man. We'll
You're
see.
disrespecting yourself.
He told you grow up, basically.
Ahmed, don't be a Euro snob. You know, listen, I'm not a Euro snob though. You know, listen, I do watch other leagues. Just I think the South American guys sometimes, man, they're moving a bit. They're trying to move like they're the final bosses, man. You know, the final bosses.
This is the biggest games that they get every 4 years. That's why I get it.
That's it, man. You know what I mean? That's what happens, man, when you're a small club.
Honestly, I hope one of those South Americans wins it. In all honesty,
Me
They
too.
what?
Thoughts on Theo, Ahmed? I don't speculate until the
I
players
don't
are in-
speculate, bro.
Thank you.
Mm.
sure, man. This didn't get old real quick.
Listen,
So
Kuku,
fast.
hold
You
up.
got old
Listen,
so
listen, bro.
fast, Scott.
Listen, bro. Kuku Nation, we won, man. Kuku Nation, we're up, bro. We won.
Oh,
The war is
we
over,
already
Kuku
know
Nation.
this.
Once he
Where's Theo
officially,
going, son?
once he officially touches down in Saudi, Kuku Nation, we won, bro. It's over. The war is over.
Ahmed, thoughts, son. Thoughts on that. Thoughts on Kuku Raya beating out Theo Hernandez finally.
Mhm.
It's over. The game, the fight, the battle is over. There is no conversation no more. It's over.
Joey, the game was the game.
Game.
That's an elite vid. I'll give you that one. A bit too long, but that's an elite vid.
I like that one too. That was
Yep.
actually. Yo, can you play my vid though? Can you play my vid?
Of course, man. That we'll do that for the ending. But listen, we are before we end, you know, I think our next game, I think the last 16 games on the weekend, isn't it? Fast, right? If I'm not mistaken, boys.
It is. I was looking at it earlier.
Be like July 5th night or something like that. It's like a little bit earlier. It's not end of June.
No, it's earlier than that.
Who are going to be facing? It's still going to be Bayern Munich, right? If the
It's basically guaranteed at this point to be, but unless something catastrophically bad happens to Bayern, like it's going to be Bayern. Shit, which one are we? We are either playing on the Monday or Tuesday next week.
fair enough. So that'll probably be what, the 30th or the 30th or the 1st. We're going to be playing. So listen, yeah, man. Listen, lots to think about, lots to talk about on that one. Obviously, if they want to bring in guys, they've got until then. For the knockouts, maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Oh no, sorry, I was
you know what
wrong.
I mean?
We play. Excuse me, we play on the 28th. We do play on the weekend.
So we play on the weekend then. Listen, it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens, man. You know, Club World Cup hype. It is what it is. It's interesting that we don't see no Ecuadorian teams in the Club World Cup. You know what I mean? 0 ratings, but we move. But I'll put that out there. My fellow Ecuadorian mate, you know, no Peruvians too. You know what I mean? I mean, no conversation about this.
He said no
two
Peruvians.
as well. You know what I mean? If you know who I'm talking about when I say Peruvians, you know, shout out to Marshall. But listen, we move. But you know, listen. At the end of the day, listen. Approximately less over half an hour, we are going to be on the American Waffle Show. Make sure you tune in. You know, I am going to listen. These guys are going to be doing the little glazing, you know what I mean, of the Club World Cup over there, and I'm going to be making sure, you know, I give the real opinions of the Europeans in it. You know what I mean, and the African teams. Thank you very much. But we move. As always, I've been your host with the British Nation. Please make sure to get me to 3K subscribers. Helps me enough team at the end of the day. Much appreciated. You know, this is a blessing in disguise for Atletico, in my personal opinion. At least they get to the team gets to go on holiday and rest. So big up to Atletico.
Yeah, I agree, Ahmed. I fucking agree.
Joey's like, I hear it, man. I hear it.
Fucking send these guys on vacation ASAP. Fuck out
Exactly, man. Exactly. And listen, and with that, man, no one wants to be playing at 35 degrees Celsius heat, So it is what it's the game's the game. But listen, oh my god, boy Joey.
Oh, boo hoo, bro. Boo fucking hoo. 35 degrees Celsius. Boo hoo. I've been fucking every day is over 35 degrees Celsius where I
How
live.
can you know what, man? It's been mad quiet on the USA side when Poch started winning his games with Trinidad and Tobago.
Bro, against fucking the bummiest teams
uncomfortable
ever,
conversations. You know what I mean? No one's talking
the
about Poch now.
bummiest teams
No
ever.
one talking about Poch now.
It's actually hotter in New York than it is here. It's only 95 here earlier.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Keyshawn, man, mad quiet. The streets are quiet in
Bro,
New York
they
City.
barely beat Haiti, son.
Oh, did you actually win that game?
Yeah, they did.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I looked when it was 1-1, bro.
That's all. Listen. This is the facts. I'm saying facts, man. No one talking about Poch now because he's through the group stages, man. Listen, when he wins the Gold Cup, yeah. When he wins the Gold Cup, yeah. I want to hear from Marshall and TJ rolling TV. Then you know what I mean. We're gonna talk then. Talk now. Dance now, as they say.
He's winning.
He's doing. Listen, when he wins the Gold Cup, man. Talk now. Dance now. That's all I'm saying. I'm here no matter what, man. I promise you.
He's winning.
If only that were true.
Oh my god, that is actually insane. That's an insane comment. Someone just send me something.
No, Poch really does love the guy.
Listen, Poch Nation, respect Poch, please. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
Respect
Poch
For what?
Nation, he says, bro.
Why?
Poch Nation, bro.
Why do I have to respect Poch?
But he
why.
calls Tuchel a criminal, bro. That's crazy. At least he wants something
That's
for
what
it, bro.
I'm
What did
saying.
Poch
Why
do?
is this guy
What
like
did
this,
Poch do
son?
for us, bro? Real talk. What did Poch do for us, bro?
What is this
For this level of
problem?
glaze.
You know what it is, man.
Mental issues, bro.
Listen, I'm a Southern. Feel free to do so, Eason. Feel free to do so, my brother. Ahmed, your shit. And listen, I'm not talking about his Chelsea career. I'm just talking about his US career, man. You know, he's working with scrubs and people are trying to cook him. That's all I'm saying, man.
I hate this guy, bro. I fucking hate
Yeah, I'm not right. I'll be real. I'm not even American. I'm not rising to it.
Why not, man? Man, listen, he's gotten them through the group stages with washed MLS players. Why do you feel like he's got like peak players that he's playing with, man?
Anyways, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, anyways.
Listen.
Anyways.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, man. You know, I feel like man,
Guys,
you're too harsh on like
smiling assassin, son. He says,
we're just harsh on a future great. You know, respect him, please.
who's future great of who? Of what?
You know, this is gonna be. You know what?
Future
Yeah,
great of what?
wait. I've got yeah, a little thing for you. This is what Poch, yeah. This is what the US yeah is like if they don't have Poch. You know what I
No
mean?
one can hear that. No
I know.
one can
You
hear
can't. You can't hear it because I don't have the voice for that one, sadly. Because like you actually get thingy in it. So
You'll
listen.
get demonetized for that shit.
Yeah, listen.
Copyright.
And I need a nice little £3. I get the £3 on these streams. They add up 3 times around about what 30, 90 quid. You know what I mean? A spare change that I like to use every month. So I'm improving his fraud. He's a fraud with his Poch love. I'm not loving Poch. I'm just saying, can we just at least give him some respect in it? That's all I'm asking for, guys. Some respect is needed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Scott used to hype up Cole. You know what I mean? And he got his reins back. So I think Poch can do the same, no?
Sorry, what? I didn't understand any of that.
I mean, he used to rate Cole. Now he said he was trash, and then he got his he got his team back in it after the last few games that he started. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, do you understand? Like, yeah, I'm not rising to it, actually. I'm not rising to it.
listen, guys, I am 3 away from like 910,
Anyway,
so that would be
bro.
really helpful if you get me
I'll
there.
catch you
Three
in
of you-
American Waffle, man.
See you in America. Listen, I'm 3 away from 910. As always, I've been your host of the Bridge Nation. See me on TJ Rowan TV for American Waffle. We're gonna have a lot of fun because I come there to have a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I come there to crush it. You know what I mean? I'm there to have fun, and we will end it with a little special message to everyone's mums.
Suck your mom, yeah, I said it, suck your mom.
Suck your mother.